After many years of operation while being a really popular application, YouTube Vanced, or more recently just going as Vanced, has finally been killed by YouTube. So for anyone who doesn't know, Vanced was basically a third-party application for Android to view YouTube. But unlike many other applications like, say, NewPipe, Vanced wasn't a standalone implementation. It was actually the main YouTube application with patches applied to it. This meant it was basically operating in a fairly legal grey area since its inception, and from my understanding of the YouTube TOS, it's a clear violation. Specifically the first point in permissions and restrictions. Access, reproduce, download, distribute, transmit, broadcast, display, sell, license, alter, modify, or otherwise use any part of the service or any content except A, as expressly authorized by the service, or B, with written permission from YouTube and, if applicable, the respective rights holders. Even if you liked Vanced or you hated Vanced, I think we can all agree that YouTube wasn't a big fan. And I would imagine the main problem that YouTube had with it is it offered YouTube Premium-like features, things like no video ads and background video playback. But even if you didn't care about those things, it had some other benefits, things like an actual black dark theme, so if you have an OLED screen, it can better make use of that. Also brightness controls on videos and things like that. But as I mentioned, Vanced has been around for years now, and you may not like YouTube or its practices or anything like that, but YouTube, without a doubt, already knew that Vanced existed and basically just left it alone. I wouldn't be surprised if they've known about it for at least a couple of years now. If random people on the internet know that Vanced exists, I guarantee there are people at YouTube who look up YouTube third-party client for Android and see the first result. Now, we don't know all of the internal details, but the Vanced developers have given a statement about what they've been told and what they've received. So in a statement to The Verge, they said, "We were asked to remove all references to YouTube, change the logo, and remove all links related to YouTube products." Which, to me, considering the fact that their entire project is based around being a modified YouTube application, a modified YouTube product, sounds a lot like a cease and desist. But they haven't confirmed the fact that they received one, and they seem to be sort of deflecting where people are paying attention. So someone posted this over on Twitter. A Discord mod in their server confirmed it was a cease and desist, with this screenshot here, and they're saying, just to clarify, the person in the screenshot is not a moderator or an admin, they just have a role which is the same color as the admin role. But they didn't say it wasn't a cease and desist, so until they confirm that it wasn't, I'm going to go with the best interpretation I have. Now, it's completely unclear when they were contacted, but judging by their recent actions, I think it's safe to say it was somewhere in the middle of February. So on February 20th, they posted this. "Yo guys, have you checked out the new Vanced update?" And then it was linking over to the NewPipe GitHub. NewPipe is a separate YouTube application. So some people were thinking, oh, maybe there's going to be a partnership between the two applications or something like that. And then about 2 weeks later, somewhere between March 7th and March 12th, they started to do their rebranding, getting rid of the YouTube name, getting rid of the old logo that looks really, really close to the YouTube logo, and replacing it with the one they're using now. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to make something that modifies the YouTube application and remove all references to it entirely. While the Vanced team is being very hesitant to say why the takedown happened now, I do have my theory, and it does seem to line up with the dates of when things happened. So, Vanced has never accepted donations. This was a very, very good thing. Even if you wanted to go and support the project because you love the work they do, if they did accept donations, they would have been taken down years ago. Profiting off of violating the YouTube TOS is a great way to get taken down. They do have affiliate links, but these links have been here for a really long time, so I really doubt that's what set it off. But they did sort of change their stance on accepting donations when a couple of days prior to that NewPipe tweet, they minted an NFT collection. This occurred back on February 17th, so a couple of days prior to that NewPipe posting. Now, this tweet has since been deleted along with the posting over on OpenSea. And you might be saying, oh, Brodie, if you understand the full context, you would understand this NFT is just a joke. So I do have that full context here. The following tweet said, we're doing the fan base drop speedrun NFT percent, and then following that saying, make sure to screenshot. Now you might say, oh, this was the plan from the start, or maybe they changed their plan after they got a lot of backlash, but at the end of the day, the NFT was minted. So previously you had an app that was violating the YouTube TOS, but didn't really have that many users for YouTube to really worry about. Now, though, we have an app that is still using the YouTube name, at least for the app itself, not on their Twitter, and selling an NFT with the YouTube name attached to it with a logo that looks basically the same as the YouTube logo. And for the record, I want to say the Vanced team is denying this connection, saying, just a friendly reminder that our NFT has nothing to do with this situation. The NFT tweets were deleted within an hour, meaning there's a very small chance Google actually saw them. We also want to say the point of the NFT was to not make money off of it, but rather promote the artist who made the logo. Thanks for listening. We hope this made the situation clear, as there were many false rumors. The problem with that idea, though, is everybody looking into this situation knows about the NFT, so there's a very high chance that Google also knows about the NFT. Also, you don't have to make an NFT to promote an artist. You can just say, here is the art, here is the artist who made it. That is promotion, not trying to sell it and profit off of that art. However, there are some other situations which may be linked to this, but I find far less likely to be the main cause because the timing really doesn't line up as nicely. One of those is related to Huawei. So Huawei, if you don't know, doesn't have access to Google Play on their phones, at least out of the box. There are ways to get it working through third-party means, but when you buy a Huawei phone, it won't have access to Google Play. And because it won't have access to Google Play, it won't have access to the YouTube app. So the best way to get access to the YouTube app is by using YouTube Vanced. The problem with this, though, is this has been available for quite a while now, so it seems really weird that they would be attacked for this now. Also, a little while back, Linus Tech Tips made a video where YouTube Vanced was mentioned, and because Linus has a massive channel, this is going to encourage tons of more people to go and download the app and make YouTube lose lots and lots of money on ad revenue. Or, I don't know, maybe Google didn't know about YouTube Vanced existing, and through that video, they found out. Now, this could possibly be related, but the timing just doesn't line up anywhere near as nicely. But I really doubt it had that much of an effect. It wasn't being promoted in that video, it was just mentioning that it's a thing. But without confirmation from the Vanced team or Google themselves, and the Vanced team doesn't really want to say anything, basically, we're just taking situations that seem to line up and then pretty much just guessing. Now, Vanced is proprietary, and some people have said, now that you've received this takedown notice, why don't you just go and release all of the source code publicly, and then anybody can go and work on it? Now, if Vanced from the start was open source, there's not really much that could be done. Sure, you can take down the main repo, but anybody can go and fork it. But by being proprietary, if they then go and release the source code after receiving the cease and desist, that would be a legal nightmare. The fact they received this cease and desist means that Google worked out who the owners are. This cease and desist is probably you do this or we take you to court. While new users won't be able to download it from the official source, there are certainly third-party sites that have copies of it. It's not like the app is just going to break straight away. You're going to be able to keep using this until YouTube modifies the API to make it so something breaks, whether it's video playback or anything else like that. Judging by YouTube's typical update cycle, that's probably going to happen maybe in a month or two, but they might just decide, hey, we don't like Vanced, we're going to update it tomorrow. While Vanced is gone for now, it's not like the concept is just gone forever. I guarantee within a couple of months or maybe a year, there's going to be an app that shows up doing basically the exact same thing. But for now, Vanceders have an alternative to use, and that alternative is YouTube Premium. And that is going to be it for me. So let me know your thoughts on the YouTube Vanced situation in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, I'm going to go and like the video. And if you really like the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, go check out my Patreon, subscribe to Pay, link in the description down below. I've got a podcast called Tech Over Tea, available basically anywhere, a gaming channel called Brodie Robertson Plays. That's going to be it for me, and I'm out.